Here's the week's walkthrough, and I'm going to go to week of March 30th, and you'll notice that right here you've got how to do the explication checklist. So just skim through this. Each of these is a chapter from the book. This is chapter 9, chapter 10, chapter 11, and chapter 12. And each of these chapters at the end has a checklist. Like here's a checklist for this, writing a paraphrase. Now, you have to read the chapter in the textbook. For example, chapter 9 will be in the Intro to Lit Poetry PDF right here. And then once you've read it, you can, here's how I want you to read it. First, step 1, I want you to skim the chapter assigned with each checklist. And then there's a great text box at the beginning of each chapter titled What You Will Learn in This Chapter, and use this as your guide. And then step 3, there are lots and lots of tools in each chapter to help you analyze a poem. The poem you have chosen to explicate, the one you have already chosen, this is the poem you're going to explicate. Explication just means an unfolding, an analysis to help your reader understand what's going on in the poem, what the main points of it are. For example, in chapter 9, there's tools for reading aloud, and for paraphrasing, and looking at topic and theme in a poem to help you understand it. There's a lot more in each chapter, and you'll notice up here that I have reading poem notes. I have poem type subject theme. So these are all, I've chosen a poem, and I've already done the chapter 9 section analysis. I don't expect yours to be as thoroughgoing as mine, but I do expect you to use the checklist and to read each chapter carefully. So I've enclosed my own notes on the chapter on reading a poem for you to look over. I've written my own paraphrase for the poem. I've also applied some of the tools in the chapter. Note, this is a big job. You have to understand the tools and you have to apply them. And most importantly, you have to ask when you can't figure it out. Got it? So, chapter 9 is reading a poem. You read the chapter, and then you'll look at the checklist at the back, and then you look at your own poem and you complete the checklist. Did you read the poem closely? In other words, have you printed it out and got a copy of it that you can mark up? Did you go through it line by line? Have you paraphrased it in your own words? In other words, just taken each line and said, what does it mean? What's the literal meaning of the poem? And you don't worry about the deeper meanings. And reread your statement and see if you've missed anything. That's it. So what you're doing is, slowly but surely, as you do each of one of these checklists, you're understanding your poem in a much deeper way. Okay, the rest of the things, that's it for the week. You'll notice that each one of these is due on April 6th. You can do them before then if you want to. Word choice is at the page numbers that you're supposed to read in the text. Complete the checklist. If you have troubles, get in touch with me. Okay? Here's examples from what I've done for my own poems up here. All right, that's pretty much it for the walk through the week. Take care. I'll be here.